During the Chicago Bulls game yesterday, in which Modest Buzelis basically said, opportunity, let me get that. You didn't know I was Kevin Durant out here. Absolutely great day for the young Bulls yesterday. 4 young Bulls in double figures yesterday. And, all of a sudden it was just this chatter on, okay, let's get these trades done. You moved one piece. Look what it did to these guys. And KC Johnson had to just come and just drop a little bit of misery on all our foreheads right there. As he tweeted this out during the game. As for the latest Bulls trade chatter, everything is fluid, but the optimism for more moves that surfaced Monday dried up some Tuesday. Nikola Vucevic is now prepared to be here past the deadline as the Warriors have shifted attention to bigger targets, including Kevin Durant. Now, there's more to this, and I'm going to read more of this, but I want to start with the Vooch thing here.
Yeah.
People have to understand it takes 2 to tango. Now, again, I think that there were a lot of deals that possibly were on the table that you could have taken to move Vooch's money, which I said you should have taken. Everybody's like, Pat, why would you ever want to trade for Clint Capella? Like, because his contract's expiring, and I don't care about who's on the future of this team with these pieces I traded for. You know what I love about Trey Smith? He's gone after this season. You know what I love about Kevin Huerter? He's gone after next season. You know what I love about Zach Collins? He's gone after next season. I'm not trying to sit here and find a diamond in the rough. I'm trying to draft my diamond in the rough.
There we go.
So it seems like you've missed out on some of the opportunity to move Nikola Vucevic. And that may not happen now because at the end of the day, it takes 2 to tango. Yeah, you got to have a team to trade them to. You can't just trade them to the NBA and say, you find a spot for them. We'd have a lot of people moved on from. Something else that KC dropped, he said, Lonzo Ball is drawing interest, but in order to get draft capital out of the pending UFA, Bulls would probably have to take a long-term contract back. Remember, Lonzo makes $21.4 million. That's a high number. So you can't just send picks. You have to match salaries a little bit here. And the Bulls don't want to have long-term guys on the books, right? They want to have those 1 year, 2 year guys where you take a flyer on them. So it's turned into, and this came out a little bit earlier, not only is there less interest to take people back, but the Bulls have even thought about the possibility of re-signing Lonzo. They've thought about the possibility of not buying Lonzo out post-trade deadline. When you hear these, this about the trade situation for the Bulls essentially sounding like it's over, JC, how you feeling on that one?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of torn when it comes to Lonzo, but just to address Vooch real quick, as you mentioned, where there was some possible, I believe there were a couple of teams, there were a couple of trade scenarios where Vooch could have been packaged or given to a team that was actually in the playoff hunt. But I believe now that there's a whole lot of KD talk, I think that kind of ship has sailed as far as his value, and or maybe other organizations are just waiting for the Bulls to be desperate at the finish line and just saying, you know what, we'll just take whatever back. So it could be one of those situations. But for my money, I think Vooch, you got him here at least past this deadline. So that's my opinion. I think we've already missed that ship has sailed in a sense. But when it comes to Lonzo Ball, it's funny because I'm looking at the performance from Modest yesterday, and I'm saying, man, the fact that he did this as soon as Zach left, he got a few more minutes. I believe he had 31 minutes, the most he's had in the game.
First 30-minute game of the season.
Yeah, it's like you put up a 10 for 10 performance, and it wasn't just a lousy. I mean, he was doing all type of moves. The excellent move, he had the over the arm move layup to the basket, 4 for 4 from 3. He showcased some special. Some talent. It wasn't just a normal 24. And so I was impressed. My thing is, like, when you get a guy like him, and if we were to look into, say, Cooper Flagg by chance, you get those two guys on this team, I believe you need a veteran presence at the point guard position. Lonzo Ball is still a young guy, technically. And so I feel like if you were to keep Lonzo Ball long term, he would be good for the development of someone like a Modest Buzelis and a Cooper Flagg or whoever we were to get, maybe a Dylan Harper or whatever the case may be in the draft. You saw it on display the other day. There were times where when Lonzo got the ball, he has the vision to give it right back to the guys that are open. The seam pass that he threw into the paint to Modest for the dunk. I feel like, sometimes there are point guards that may overlook that type of pass. And so you want somebody that's a pure point guard, a guy that is going to be selfless at that position, that is obviously very good at defending. We know what Lonzo Ball brings to the table, despite the many injuries and the issues with his legs. Hey, new knees, knew him. And that's why I think maybe you keep a guy like him around. I wouldn't be mad. It just depends on what the money would be if you were to re-sign him. I'm fine with going that route.
See, I think now look, I said this yesterday on Locked On Bulls, right? Like if you're talking about re-signing Lonzo for like a 2-year, $12 million deal, fine. Right? Like it is what it is. He's not a big part of the cap. I'm not tripping on it. But we've seen this before. This is the healthy stretch. This is the good portion.
He's scared.
And look, like, how can you not be?
Yeah.
How can you not feel like, oh, he's going to he's gonna have injury again, because that's who he's been in his career. Like, you're telling me all of a sudden the one surgery where they basically was just like, here's a new knee is the one that fixes it?
That's it. He's healed.
Look, if he's the bionic man and all of a sudden we're talking about 10 years down the line, he's got kind of a Sean Livingston bounce back. Sure, I love it. Listen, I love how he's been able to bounce back defensively. That is the one thing that I do like about seeing him back on the court. I thought the defense probably would take a hit because of some lateral issues, but he seems like he can do just fine with that. Offensively, still shooting the 3-ball well, still facilitates really well. Like, there's all these things that he's still doing really well that are exciting. And listen, I love Lonzo. I love the fact that he's made it back on the court. I love the fact that he is still looks like the player that he is. But we've done this. And you're gonna do it again. And listen, the kind of player Lonzo is, no matter what, he's gonna become important. There's no, like, he's a better point guard than Josh Giddey.
Pure point guard, yes, I do agree with that. Yeah,
he's important in the important moments, in the late moment games, and you're going to have to build things around Lonzo Ball being on the court. And the one thing that we can't count on in our time here in Chicago and Lonzo Ball's career in the NBA is Lonzo Ball being on the court. So for me, it's you're holding on to him because they're offering a couple of seconds and you don't feel you're getting good value back there. You found Io in the second. And Io, listen, to me, Io's your untouchable.
Yeah.
Io and Modest Buzelis are the two untouchables on this team. Everybody else, have a little
have a nice day.
Take a trip. How about that?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, what was that from you there, P. Will? Pure and utter domination. Thank you.
He actually had a good game yesterday.
He did. That P. Will actually played well yesterday. But in general.
More trade value.
In general. But no, man, it is kind of, I'll say this, it's a little bit concerning to hear that it seems like the Bulls are done kind of at the trade deadline, and we'll see what moves end up being made, right? Who the heck had Kevin Durant back to the Warriors before last night? So you never know. You never know what's going to happen with this team, bro. Everybody's sitting there just like, all the good teams keep getting good again. Why do we suck? AK. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. All right, before we got up out of here, man, we got over 300. There you go.
Good morning.
M commented in. I was hoping to never see Tyson's cheeks ever again. Well, welcome to the Windy City Breeze, where you get a little bit of everything.
Where all things are possible.
I thought you were never going to see Tyson's cheeks again, did you? All right, let's get out of here, man.